Blumhouse today has dropped the official trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's 2, finally giving us more insight into the story, locations, animatronics, and whether Blumhouse was telling the truth on this one being scarier than the first. So that's exactly what I'll be doing here for you guys, is I'll give you my trailer breakdown and reaction to the new Five Nights at Freddy's trailer, point out some Easter eggs and details you might have missed, because there's actually a lot of cool connections to the second Five Nights at Freddy's game, as well as your thoughts and theories, more hardcore fans, because you always catch the 1 or 10 things I miss. Leave it all down below. Okay, so this weekend is San Diego Comic-Con, and Blumhouse is going to have a panel where they're going to discuss some stuff with Five Nights at Freddy's 2. In fact, they've already announced and confirmed that Skeet Ulrich will actually be part of Five Nights at Freddy's. This was already leaked and known months back. They didn't confirm his exact role, but I'm pretty sure they'll reveal that he's playing Henry Emily, the partner of William Afton that actually helped him build the pizzeria. We'll see what other things they decide to reveal or let us know, but for now, the trailer starts off with a group of paranormal investigators, one of them played by McKenna Grace, who looks like they want to get some footage of an old abandoned Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. But an interesting tidbit is that they reveal this is the original location.
Definitely not the Freddy's I remember.
You're thinking of the franchise location. This is the original.
Usually in the Five Nights at Freddy's video game lore, the original location is Fredbear's Family Diner. And well, we already know that the movie world has changed up the lore, simplified some stuff, and so it looks like they're not going with the Fredbear angle. The pizzeria we saw in the first movie was a franchise location, and believe it or not, the original pizzeria also has a murder history of its own.
Some little girl got murdered here.
McKenna Grace's character lets us know that a little girl died in this location and was the cause of it shutting down. I don't know. If you have 2 pizzerias done because kids are dying, it's over. Pack it up. The Mouse Chucky Chester one, he can have all the fun. Ain't no kids dying there. Are there kids that have died there? I'm too scared to Google that. You let me know. But man, this original location was bumping, dude. They have a carousel, which was part of the second Five Nights at Freddy's game. Looks like they even had a river boat ride. Like, dude, this was the place to go when you were 10. It is nice how this like paranormal angle is going to allow them to do like some sort of found footage stuff, because you can see them showing off all the toy animatronics that are covered up in plastic. Shot a balloon boy, a ball pit. Like, I don't know, it'll make for some nice creepy atmosphere, but we eventually have McKenna Grace stumble upon a giant music box. Most fans know this music box usually indicates that the marionette, aka the puppet, is pretty nearby. You see at one point a plushie of the puppet, but then you also actually see it moving around behind Vanessa later in the trailer. There's even other shots where you can see its creepy little skinny hands emerging from the ceiling. The puppet was created by Henry Emily as a protection measure for his daughter, Charlotte, but that didn't go according to plan, and William Afton ended up killing her. We'll see if the movie universe goes with the same logic. I imagine it will, but usually the spirit of Charlotte does inhabit the puppet and is haunting characters. Honestly, I've always found the puppet to be a very creepy looking character, so I hope a lot of the scares are actually well implemented. I also feel like it has a really great motive for going after Vanessa, the daughter of William Afton, because it would obviously want revenge and to get rid of the daughter that William Afton has, the same way William got rid of the daughter that belonged to Henry. From there, though, we see our characters are trying to go about living a normal life. Mike and Vanessa appear to be dating. Good for them.
So this is what it's like? Being normal?
Hello, internet web.
But Abby isn't moving on so easily. It looks like she's tinkering with animatronic building, where she has her own little chica made. I'm gonna see them blueprints, Abby. I just want to make sure they're safe and not make a life-size one. But it also looks like Mike isn't helping with his sister's delusions, because he's telling this story to Abby that, yeah, they'll eventually go back to the pizzeria and fix the friends one day, hoping that maybe she'll just forget about it and move on. But she's not. She even has this little Freddy Fazbear toy that she actually uses to communicate with her dead friends. This is then the thing that'll draw Abby to the original location where she'll stumble upon the toy animatronics. Mike will obviously go looking for her, her, but putting a pause on that, we do get small little glimpses of what appears to be flashback sequences of William Afton in the yellow rabbit costume. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be Charlotte, aka the dead girl that makes this place shut down, or another child. Either way, that's the thing I was most begging for with this movie, is more yellow rabbit stuff, man. Just hearing Matthew Lillard's small lines in the trailer.
Where are you gonna run to? I'm not done with you.
And looking at him in the clean outfit, holding a knife, chasing a kid down, like, I want a whole movie of just Yellow Rabbit. I unfortunately still think we have to temper our expectations with the amount of William Afton in this movie. I still think he's going to have about as much screen time as the last movie, and they're really not going to give him a full film until Five Nights at Freddy's 3, where usually it is Springtrap that is the main antagonist and threat. But we'll see, because I think other than flashbacks, we'll also be seeing some sort of visions or hallucinations by Vanessa, who is here at home and a yellow rabbit hand touches her. I think that's just going to be part of her seeing her father, and I just hope there isn't too many of that. I'm not a big fan of dream sequences or hallucination scenes. Show me what's really going on. Don't need all that much hallucinating. Some other shots show off Toy Bonnie grabbing a knife. We have Balloon Boy in the boat river going after the paranormal investigators. Mangle on top of a car trying to stop one of our main characters. But we end up back with Mike in the pizzeria where they're recreating scenes from the actual video game. And I thought this was really fun. You see Mike turn on his flashlight, look around as you would in the game, and then he stumbles upon a mask where, if you've played the second Five Nights at Freddy's game, you know wearing the mask shields you, or basically protects you from any of the animatronics coming after you. This is because they have facial recognition and the mask blocks that. I always thought it was kind of a silly mechanic, but Mike even makes fun of it by saying,
There's no way that'll work.
but he does end up doing it, and yeah, doesn't look silly or ridiculous at all. Just Mike's little old head and a giant Freddy Fazbear mask shielding him. I respect and love the Five Nights at Freddy fans, but sometimes we gotta admit, when things from the games are translating to live action, comes off a little goofy. I hope he says, hor, 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 when he wears the mask. Foxy is supposed to be one of the only ones immune to this mask shield protection, and I do wonder if this shot in the trailer is kind of him staring at Mike going,
I clearly see you, Mike. What are you doing, you fool?
hor, 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 hor. But even though I'm complaining that looks a little goofy, I mean, Wither Chica looks scary, dude. This is a really great design. The Jim Henson Company did an awesome job with these withered animatronics. They look straight out of the game, and some of these shots we get of them actually look horrifying, so hopefully they can lean into that. This movie is still PG-13, and it's gonna be limited by that, but hopefully they can lean more into the scares. For me, this is painting a picture that this movie could be really fun. I'm still curious how they plan to expand the lore aspect, what things they'll change, if the story will flow a little bit better this time, and also if they can get more creative with the PG-13 kills. That's what would make me really happy. I think this was a good trailer. I'm still excited and looking forward to this. I toss it off to you, Five Nights at Freddy's fans. What did you think of the official trailer? Any Easter eggs or details you caught that I might have missed? Anything and everything, be sure to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.